Now that's tricky because the phone actually moves off the screen, and Apple's tracking tool falls right. It just loses it halfway through that clip. So what we're going to do is find this in the Finder and open this with MOCHA. Okay, so here's your workspace. We're going to go ahead and draw some real simple, rough spline around the plane of the face of this iPAQ phone. And you don't even have to be that accurate with it because it understands the plane better than the trackers normally understand points. Okay, now the area that I'm tracking here, as you can see, is the red area. And because of all the reflections in the center, we may want to draw a center to, we want to tell MOCHA to ignore everything inside of the screen so it doesn't get confused. Okay, so now you can see my mat leaves the center. I'm not going to track the center, just the plane on the outside. And as much as I can get, as much information as I can get from the front plane, that will help the tracker to follow this thing. So let's go ahead and hit track and let it go. Look at that. It's just an amazing process. All right, so we have a little bit more exposed on the bottom here of the plane, which you can add to the knowledge base. I'm going to keep going. You can stop it, change it. Look at that. Even you can even add stuff from down here, which also defines that same plane. Like a champ. And it busts through, you know, these frames very fast. And there you go. Now, that's the shape for the tracking. What you want to be able to do is insert something here where we see all four, we see this inside. So let's turn off our spline and turn on our surface. The surface is the blue lines that you're looking at now, and those, this is where you tell MOCHA, this is where I want to put something. Oops, get that again. And I want to kind of mask off the area that I'm going to work in, and this is where I want to have all my data come from. Now this is connected to the track that we just made with the shape. So let's kind of pull through here. It's actually, I can insert something so you can sort of see it. Let's put a grid in here. You should be seeing it. Let's see. There we go, there's a grid. All right, two different ones. So if I pull through here, that's pretty good. Now, some of these may, you know, there's drift. I mean, tracking is not, you know, it's not as easy. It's not quite as easy. There's usually something that, you know, a reflection, a camera bump, something that causes it to go off course. So in that case, this provides you with a thing called an adjust track, which doesn't read keyframe, but it just adjusts the surface so that it's dead on. And the way that you would get to that is you click your adjust track. And as you see, we have some points here. If you can't see where the thing is hitting, you can have a reference. You can move it out to somewhere where you can actually see it. And let's see if it goes off. Let's just kind of move along here. The window on the this particular window that was right here, this thing, is going to show you if it drifts. It looks pretty close.
Gee.
Pretty close. So let's flip over to the bottom right. This one and see how that one looks. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit, you might want to go down a little bit and to the right, nudge it over a little bit. See that bottom? It's kind of going down now. All right, so, and you go ahead and do that, check, make sure there's not too much drift, and you can even put a grid on this to show you your plane. That way you can tell. See, we're off the top of the screen right now. And look at that. The lines are all nice and straight. So once you have your satisfactory track and adjust, you just export it. And it goes out as an XML, very simple. You can export it as a translation, which would be the whole frame, or corner pin. In this case, it would be corner pin because you want things to land on the screen inside that square. So you go to corner pin, and I'm just calling it later one right now. We'll change it here. Inside. There it is. Now, we switch back to Final Cut. And we, let's just lose some of these. Let's just go right here. And we're going to import the XML that we just created inside phone. Just take it as it comes, straight through. And just change the name a little bit. So you don't get too confused there. Now, the way you would apply something in this case, like for instance, here's the actress clip that we were just looking at. This is that clip. We want to put this, let's just put this up over here. That's what we want to put in the screen on the phone. And as you can see, it's just taking up the whole frame. But now we're going to take the clip that we just created, the inside of the phone, and we're going to copy it. And we're going to paste into the actress the attributes that we just copied. Paste the attributes. And of course, it's going to be the distort. And we're not going to scale right now. That's a whole other thing. But we're going to hit the distort points that we just created. And without too much readjusting, there it is. Yeah, so let's render this.
That's worth a few oohs and ahs.
It's an ooh and ah. And the nice thing is that the plug-in for Final Cut, the shape plug-in, is, I think it's, is it $99?
I have no idea.
Regularly, I think it's $99, but I think we'll tell you about the special in a second. Let me do this. Let me copy this. Let's these guys here. And just paste it a few times so you can see it. That would take a long time with Apple Motion.
Yeah.
I think it is Intel. No, I think it'll work on the other one. But it comes in really handy. You'll use it for a million things, although I don't know where to start with them. You can do color correct, selective color correct. You can do big tracks like we did on the other thing. You'll come up with functions that they haven't thought of yet. But it makes it very easy, and it's like a Swiss Army knife when it comes to tracking. And that's basically it. Are there some questions about this stuff?